And speaking of the business of the league, let's turn our attention to the Lions business. And so this topic is predicated from the video that emerged of Aidan Hutchinson running at Ford Field. Now, clearly, based on the video footage, he would not have been ready for the Super Bowl. It was clear. I think that that was just motivational thing for him to kind of keep him motivated to keep grinding and keep going. So clearly, he's not at 100% just yet. But I think where he's at is he's clear to resume his activities and his rehab to be able to, hey, work hard towards the pursuit of returning by organized team activities. And by all accounts, he should be an individual that is ready to step foot out there. Now, the question mark is going to be what level of production is he going to have? Is he going to have the same mobility? Is he going to have the same moves? Is he going to be able to still utilize the swim move to get after the duck and under, the power rush? Is he going to be able to have and utilize the same skill set? Now, currently, the expectation from everybody that's been speaking has been they expect him to be 100%. But it's real delicate because of the fact he's eligible for a massive contract extension. We're talking record breaking, north of 40 million per season. I think the Lions will want to investigate and make sure that they, hey, make it a priority. But when Brad Holmes was asked, he said, hey, it takes two to tango. And maybe the representatives of Aidan Hutchinson weren't ready yet to lay out a number that they think based on what the market could dictate. So there could be some waiting going on. But now let's look at it from the Lions' perspective. Do you wait and see on Aidan Hutchinson before you offer? Do you wait and say, hey, play out the 2025 season on your contract and we always have the fifth year option available to you? Or do you say, hey, you know what? The work that you did in 2024, you still were up there in sacks, the sack leader for the Lions with the numbers that you put up in the games that you were available for. So it's one of those things that's delicate because if you make that decision, I would understand it because you want to see what the player brings to the table. You want to see, hey, if Aiden lost a step and he's not going to be there, you don't want to pay for past success. The idea of giving Aiden that contract would indicate, hey, we believe you're going to get north of 15 sacks every single year. Now, the expectation would be that he does, fight for that contract and he would definitely earn the money that he got. But at the same token, if you're the Lions, this is delicate because if you make a mistake and he's not the same player, you now invested a heavy amount of money into a player that is not going to be as productive. Do you make Aidan Hutchinson your offseason priority this year? And do you do it? Or do you say, hey, wait and see? What are the options you think the Lions could have with Aidan Hutchinson?
Well, I stand firm in believing that Aidan Hutchinson will sign a contract extension this offseason, and here's why. Number one, the precedent that Brad Holmes has set with Penei Sewell, with Amon-Ra St. Brown last year in the offseason. He got those guys signed early. And the thing is we've seen the salary cap continue to increase, and with that, the value of these players is only going to continue to go up. And you talk about the different percentages that this player should be making as it refers to the salary cap because they're a huge part of their team, so they should make this percentage of the salary cap. And I firmly believe that that's the way this thing's heading. And if the cap is going to continue to climb by 20 million, you could look like a real genius by getting deals like this done early. And yes, I do believe that Aidan Hutchinson has a chance to reset the market for players at his position. But again, you think about the injury, maybe the value goes down just a little bit, but I think the Lions are going to do everything they can to get this thing done early. Now, you do have the option of getting the fifth year option and letting it play out and having him under contract. But the Lions do have the kind of persona of being a team that likes to avoid the drama that comes with all the contract disputes and holdouts and things of that nature that we've seen across the league for the last several years. And I think because of that, the Lions stand to extend Aidan Hutchinson this offseason, and I really like their chances of doing so. Yes, the injury is a concern. Yes, will he be back up to 100% remains a concern. But I think that at some point you have to recognize the fact like he is, when he's healthy, he's one of the best in the business. And I think the Lions are gonna take a chance on that because of what he means to the team, what he means to the organization as a local product, and what he's already proven he can do. And another thing about Aidan Hutchinson is he's gotten better every single year. And yes, he did have that lull where he went several games without a sack in his second NFL season. But then once he got one there near the end of the year, he had that big game against Dallas, and he was lights out in the postseason. So And then that has played into what he did at the start of the 2024 season. So I think the sky's the limit for Aidan Hutchinson, and I think the Lions view him that way. And so I think that extension will get done this offseason. And I think that there are a lot of benefits to that. Getting him locked up early, that market's only going up, and the Lions have shown that they're willing to be ahead of the market with how they handled it last offseason, and I expect them to do the same this year.
As we said in previous episodes, the agents love Christian because he wants that deal done. They're gonna get Aiden fat money, and the agents are like, "Yeah, that's why we love Christian. That's why the envelopes are coming, the checks are going his way, as opposed to me, where I'm like, well, yeah, and I'm sitting at the table. Well, he did, snap his leg, and that's a big investment. You want how much? What if you're willing to, let's talk hometown discount, truly for the hometown guy. So we'll see how it plays out.